Bill Cowher, welcome to the Seth Davis Show.
This is great. You've made great strides.
I appreciate that. I'm just climbing, man. I'm trying to catch up with you.
No.
You're the big network TV star. You're now 7 years removed from your last season as the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I am.
And every year, right around this time of year, you say, oh, I'm not getting back into it. And everyone says, yeah, we all know you're getting back in. And year by year, you haven't gotten back in. And I sense that this year, here we are, Black Monday's come and gone. And you're still slumming it out in the network TV studio. And I sense for the first time, people are starting to say to each other, you know what? He might really be done coaching. I mean, how much certainty can you put behind the statement that you are done?
Well, I think it's important to understand, Seth, that, why close a door you don't have to? I never say never. I've seen too many times, we've seen Bill Parcells, how many times step down and come back. How many times we've seen a lot of coaches say they're going to step down and come back. So that's the only reason why I say no. And I'm really happy where I'm at. And, I stepped down from the job. I think a lot of people assume that, maybe there was an agenda that I was on, that when I stepped down, that it was after a couple of years that I would get back into it. But I put a lot of thought into that. When I did that, I knew I was embarking, and I wasn't sure what it was, but that was kind of exciting to me because for the first time in my life, I was embarking on something that wasn't planned out, that didn't have structure, that didn't have this goal-oriented element to it. It was new, it was fresh, it was different. And
did you think I'm done coaching when you left? Or did you think, oh, I'll dabble in the world and see what the world has, and then I'll be back?
No, because I didn't. I thought it would have to be something would have to get me to come back. I had the best job in football. I stepped down on my own. I didn't leave unfulfilled. So all those things, I think if people really think about it, I'm not a guy that's spontaneous. I'm not someone that just said, okay, I gave it a lot of thought. I put a lot of thought into it. I did it for 15 years in Pittsburgh. I was in the National Football League for 27 years straight. And it just seemed like it was time. It was just time for me to do something else. CBS came along, and it's allowed me to still be a part of the game. But boy, it's really very nice in the off seasons and during the course of a week.
Super Bowl's over, and you got several months to do whatever you want. You're not getting ready for a draft. You're not worried about free agency.
It is an all-entailing job. If I didn't mind the job, I think it was more the lifestyle. I think it was living in the bubble. When you go become a head coach, you really lose a private life. There's an element of that doesn't exist anymore because everything becomes public in today's social media world with camera phones and everything else. You can't go anywhere that isn't documented. And I think that part of it, I didn't like. I'm a normal person, very, very down to earth. I like, going out to have a beer. I like to go out to listen to some music without people being judgmental on whether I should or should not be there. And it was a time, near the end, my daughters, they said they were going to go to the mall, and I thought I'd go with them, and they said, do you mind, Dad, just maybe staying back? We really don't, we'd rather go there without you being with us. And it was just one of those little moments where you just sit back and wonder, wow, is this the life I'm living? And you kind of missed that, and that kind of hurt a little bit. And it wasn't anything mean or anything else, but it was the lifestyle that we were in. And I'm enjoying this one.
And you've had these 7 years to spend time with them and watch them play ball.
Totally.
And you never get those years back. But as long as you're leaving a smidgen of a crack of a fraction open, what would be the scenario, or under what fantastical circumstances, besides you losing your mind, because I don't know why you'd go back, but if it would ever to happen, how could it possibly happen?
I think it would be the challenge. I think it would be something that I would feel a void in my life. I was able to have this job at CBS, and that has given me really still a piece of the National Football League. I still feel like I'm there. I'm able to talk about it on a forum with other Hall of Fame players on a weekly basis. We see the trends in the National Football League. We see the hot button topics in the National Football League. You're able to see all the teams, and I enjoy that. I like to be able to still be a part and watch this game grow since the 7 years I left. Have I not had this job? I'm out there, maybe just speaking or working with some charities. Then if the itch came back just to be a part of it, maybe that's the scenario. I don't know. I don't think there's not a job. It's not like I'm looking for a perfect job. I'm not looking to coach. Any job that comes open, you don't know what it's going to entail. It's going to be a challenge. It's an all-encompassing job. You have to respect the dynamics in every building, understand the challenges that are involved with every scenario that you walk into. There's no utopia. There's no utopia with any job in the National Football League. It all has very challenges, a lot of sacrifices you have to make. That's part of that lifestyle. It's part of that job. So I'm not looking at jobs. It's where I am in my life, and I'm really in a good place.